Al-Andalus, the jewel of Islamic civilization in the West. Introduction. In the far west of the Islamic world, on the land we now know as Spain and Portugal, a great civilization emerged under the banner of Islam. It lasted for nearly 8 centuries. This land was known as Al-Andalus, and it witnessed a scientific, cultural, and architectural renaissance whose legacy still endures today. The story of Al-Andalus is not only one of conquests and battles, but also of civilization, coexistence, struggle, and hope. The Islamic conquest of Al-Andalus. The story of Al-Andalus began in 711 CE, 92 AH, when the Muslim commander Tariq ibn Ziyad crossed the Strait of Gibraltar with a small army and defeated Roderick, the Visigoth king, at the Battle of Guadalete. With support from Musa ibn Nusayr, the conquest continued until most of the Iberian Peninsula came under Muslim rule. The conquest was swift and surprising. Some local populations welcomed the Muslims due to oppression under Visigothic rule. By 714 CE, 95 AH, Al-Andalus became a province of the Islamic Caliphate, initially under the Umayyads in Damascus and later under the Abbasids. The Umayyad Emirate in Al-Andalus. After the fall of the Umayyad Caliphate in the east in 750 CE, Abd al-Rahman I, the only surviving Umayyad prince, fled to Al-Andalus. He established the Umayyad Emirate in 756 CE, 138 AH, making Córdoba its capital. Under Abd al-Rahman and his successors, Córdoba became one of the greatest cities in the world, a center for knowledge, science, arts, and architecture. The city boasted vast libraries, universities, hospitals, paved streets, and public lighting, things unheard of in the rest of Europe at the time. The Golden Age of Al-Andalus. Al-Andalus reached the height of its glory during the rule of Caliph al-Hakam II and the powerful vizier al-Mansur ibn Abi Amir, al-Mansur. It became a diverse and culturally rich land where Muslims, Christians, and Jews lived together in relative peace during long periods. Scientific progress flourished in many fields, such as astronomy, medicine, mathematics, philosophy, engineering, and music. Notable scholars from Al-Andalus include Ibn Rushd, Averroes, philosopher, physician, judge; Al-Zahrawi, Abul Qasis, pioneer of surgery; Ibn Hazm, philosopher and theologian; Ibn al-Baitar, botanist and pharmacologist. Architecture and the arts. Andalusian architecture was known for its unique blend of Islamic and European styles. Famous landmarks include the Great Mosque of Córdoba, a masterpiece of Islamic architecture; the Alhambra Palace in Granada, one of the world's finest palaces; Madinat al-Zahra, a luxurious city built by Abd al-Rahman III. Music also thrived, especially under the influence of Ziryab, a musician who revolutionized the music of Córdoba and introduced new styles, instruments, and fashions. The era of the Taifa kingdoms. As the Umayyad Caliphate in Al-Andalus weakened, it fragmented into smaller states known as taifas after 1031 CE. These kingdoms often competed and fought amongst themselves, which weakened Muslim unity and allowed northern Christian kingdoms to begin the Reconquista, a series of military campaigns to retake the peninsula. The Almoravids and Almohads. In response to the Christian threat, the Taifa kings sought help from Muslim dynasties in North Africa. First the Almoravids, then the Almohads. These Berber dynasties temporarily restored Muslim unity and won significant battles, most notably the Battle of Sagrahaz, Zalaka, in 1086 CE, led by Yusuf ibn Tashfin. However, over time, these North African dynasties also weakened and the Christian forces began advancing again. The fall of major cities. One by one, major Muslim cities fell. Toledo in 1085 CE, Córdoba in 1236 CE, Seville in 1248 CE. Only the Kingdom of Granada remained under Muslim rule, governed by the Nasrid dynasty. The fall of Granada and the end of Al-Andalus. Granada managed to survive for nearly 2 more centuries through diplomacy, tribute, and occasional resistance. But in 1492 CE, 897 AH, after a long siege, it was finally surrendered to the Catholic monarchs, Ferdinand of Aragon and Isabella of Castile. The last Muslim ruler, Abu Abdallah Boabdil, handed over the keys to the city, marking the end of Islamic rule in Spain. The tragedy after the fall. After Granada's fall, Muslims were promised religious freedom under the Treaty of Granada. But these promises were quickly broken. Forced conversions began, followed by the Inquisition, persecution, and eventually the expulsion of Muslims and Jews from Spain. Those who converted to Christianity, known as Moriscos, were also eventually expelled or persecuted. Al-Andalus in the Islamic memory. Centuries after its fall, Al-Andalus still holds a special place in the collective memory of the Islamic world. It stands as a symbol of a lost civilization, one marked by tolerance, progress, and creativity. Its scientific contributions helped shape the European Renaissance. Its architecture, poetry, and music continue to inspire. Conclusion: Al-Andalus was not merely a land conquered by Muslims. It was the cradle of a remarkable civilization that changed the course of history. It demonstrated how diverse peoples could live, learn, and thrive together. But it also serves as a stark reminder of how division and weakness can lead to decline. The legacy of Al-Andalus lives on, not just in books and buildings,